And the show is just like such a big part of my like middle school and childhood. I'm really excited for today's episode and for the list to kind of talk about these characters. It's going to be really rad. I'm super excited.
Daniel.
What?
I just...
Are you not? Do you not love this show as much as I do?
No, I love
regular
it.
show and classic countdown conversations. What?
Just I got something to tell you. I've been kind of not wanting to be telling you and kind of ignoring it, and I feel like now's as good as time as any. You know?
Are you breaking up with me?
Well, not you, but I am quitting the show.
Philip.
I have to. I have to. It's just taking way too much time.
Why? Wait. I mean, What? It's not that much time.
It's just.
It's literally just a couple hours.
It's like 3 or 4 hours, and it's just a lot of time.
It's not. I mean, what? Why? Why sudden change of?
I just, my new job and stuff, and I just been trying to evaluate my time and how I can use it more wisely, and the show's just got to cut it out. I'm sorry.
Okay. Well,
I'm really thank you for taking it.
I mean, does this mean that we can't like hang out anymore, or you're reevaluating your time?
No, part of that is that I'm going to hang out with you.
Oh,
more.
That's like part of it?
Yeah, so like instead of the show, I'll just hang out with you.
Okay. Well, when is your schedule free up for time with me?
Now that we're not doing the show anymore, we're doing it on Sundays.
Just Sunday afternoons?
Yeah.
How long do you think you would have time to hang out
3 or 4 hours.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I guess here's my thoughts.
Yeah.
Is like, if that time is going to be free,
yeah,
let's record podcast episodes.
That's a good idea. I do like doing that with you.
So we'll switch over from doing classic countdown conversations.
Okay.
To like hanging out, but also doing classic countdown conversations.
Okay.
At the same, it will be the same time frame, but since you want to hang out more.
Yeah, you put it that way and it kind of makes sense. We should definitely do that. I'm kind of excited about that.
So do you want to do like the exact same format?
Yeah.
As we've been doing?
Well, we're so good at it now.
Okay, we're kind of pros.
It would be weird to change it.
Okay.
So how about we do that?
Man,
I think that's a great idea.
I'm even more jazzed than I was.
Yeah, I can't believe that. Like I was thinking about, just not hanging out with you. I mean,
What? What? Welcome.
Hello.
To Classic Countdown Conversations. I'm Daniel Cardiff.
I'm Philip Osterday.
And this is a show
about
counting down
the best
and worst
that media
has to
offer
when
we
feel
like
it.
Do you have to get the bad taste out of your mouth?
Talk
about
a little bit more.
So today's episode is about regular show. The best dang cartoon for adults and children that there is.
No, that's not true. It is a good one.
For adults and children?
No, I mean, I'd definitely say like Avatar: Last Airbender.
Comedy. I guess it's a little bit of a comedy.
I'd say Adventure Time is better than this show.
Is Adventure Time? Yeah, I guess Adventure Time is for both. You're right. That one, I'll take that one.
But it's in there somewhere.
It's a good show.
Top 10 best it's good for preteens.
Yeah.
Especially the first season or two is really good for teenagers.
Yeah.
On the younger side of teenage. And then it kind of gets a little bit more kiddie as it goes along.
Yeah.
Which is why I don't like the later seasons as much. It was a little edgier towards the beginning. They said things like screw and
what the H?
Yeah, they say the first letter of curse words. They say what the H and things along those lines. Yeah. So that's why I like regular shows, because it was a little bit more risque.
And they drink cola and it makes them drunk.
And then the clocks are always set at 4:20.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of inside jokes for adults to enjoy. But did you ever watch regular show before you came around us?
No, I didn't even know it existed.
So tell me about like your introduction to it then.
So
Well, hold on. Should we explain what regular show is?
I was gonna say that's probably first order of things.
Would you like to tell our audience?
Sure. So regular show is a cartoon on Cartoon Network.
It ended.
Yeah, it's done now. It's now on Hulu, I think.
It lasted like 9 seasons.
Yeah.
Good for that show.
It's basically the premise is a couple of friends.
Mm-hmm.
One is a bird, one is a raccoon that are, what do you call that? Anamorphic? What is it when you're?
Yeah, they have like human characteristics.
Yeah, and there are also humans.
There are. Yeah, the creator J.G. Quintel has said the main characters are people, but they are just drawn as animals.
Interesting.
So,
all right.
There you go.
Okay.
Just to give the show more visual variety, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, so they are supposed to be people.
Yeah.
But
they're not.
They're not.
So anyway, they work at a park in a house. They don't work in the house. They stay in the house.
It's the best job ever.
Yeah.
They always act like it's a crap job.
Yeah, but it's sweet.
They get free living and free food.
Basically, they get into hijinks, and it seems pretty regular.
Yeah.
But then as time goes on, or the show is about to end, things go nutso.
Yeah.
And it gets really wacky.
Usually, because they're slackers, the two main characters are. So usually it's like they try to find a way to not do their work.
Yeah.
And then it backfires them. But then it becomes very over the top and fantastical towards the end.
Yes.
That's not all a lot of episodes are like that. Other episodes are like one they're trying to return a board game and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, but it always starts out very normal, very regular.
Yeah.
And then turns into a crazy like universe stopping event at the end of the episode. So
there's normally some sort of world ending device or
and people just straight up die in the show.
Yeah, they do.
Just like no hesitation. I think it's like the second episode. It's the one where they have to set up the chairs.
Yeah.
And Muscle Man and High Fives go to get the clown and his horse, and they're at a motel drunk, and then as soon as they get the clown and the horse there to the kid's birthday party, this huge thing, like this huge face thing, just shoots lasers at the clown and it just disintegrates him and his horse. So there you go. That's a little sneak peek of the show for you.
Yeah, it's fun stuff.
But yeah, what was your kind of introduction to it?
Yeah, so I learned about it from you and Lindsay.
Okay.
Basically, you guys said, let's watch some regular show. And I said, cool, I want to hang out with you. Let's do that. And so I would watch it, and you guys I think you mostly just watched the Halloween episodes.
We do. The Halloween episodes are fantastic.
So those are what I remember the most.
So we started you off with those and not like
a normal episode.
Because I think I have like the first season maybe.
You have, yeah, you definitely did.
So we didn't show you the first episode, the power,
I don't
where they're
think
playing
so.
the keyboard.
No, I don't
Bunch of
think
baby
so.
ducks, send it to the moon. Sewing machine that doesn't work, send it to the moon.
There it is.
You drill bit. What else did you send? I can probably quote that entire first episode.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, this show is huge. Like when I was in middle school, this was like me and my like guy cousins and like Austin and Ethan and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. We just loved this show. It was, and Lindsay and Lauren liked it a lot too. And it was just like there were 7 main characters.
Yeah.
And there were 6 of us boys. It was before Ethan moved in at this point. So we each assigned each other, me and Austin assigned everyone a character. And then Blake, my older cousin, was Skips because he was big and buff, and he also solved problems for us a lot of the time. So we were kind of, it was just like integrated into our way of life, essentially, the show was. So that's kind of why we're doing this list, is because it's very close to my heart, and I'm assuming you and Lindsay watched a lot when you were dating.
Yeah.
So I'm sure it's close to your heart as well.
Yeah.
But what are we counting down today? We're not just talking about the show.
The best characters that are main characters.
Yeah.
Not the side ones. And there's like exactly 10.
Yeah, Philip and I kind of talked about it. There's almost exactly 10 main characters.
Yeah.
Maybe give or take a couple, but we're not doing any honorable mentions. We're gonna rank the 10 main characters, and then maybe some other day we'll do supporting characters and stuff like that.
When we have more time.
Yeah. Then maybe next Sunday. No, just kidding. We're not gonna do next Sunday. Okay.
You ready?
Yeah. Let me get to the.
I'll do evens.
Okay.
So number 10, the number 10th.
Yeah, number 10.
It is Margaret.
Margaret.
Margaret is.
Margaret is the main character's love interest for like the first couple seasons. He gets another one later on.
Oh yeah.
She's not as. I actually like her more. Her name's CJ. She's a cloud, but she's not in it as much. So Margaret was kind of the main. It's kind of like Pam is Margaret and CJ is Karen from The Office.
Is that true? Is that how it works? I don't remember. I didn't get that
as
far
far
in
as
the show.
In regular show.
Yeah.
As far as kind of like Margaret's a main character, just like Pam is.
Yeah.
But then like a cooler character, CJ / Karen comes in and kind of gives the girl a run for her money. So Margaret, she works down at the coffee shop.
Yep.
With her buddy.
Yep.
And who we may mention here in a couple minutes.
Maybe.
And Mordecai is head over heels for her.
Yeah. And she's not a good character. That's why she's number 10.
Yeah.
We just don't really like her that much.
We almost put her at number 9 because the person that we actually put at number 9 isn't in it as much. But then we were like, Margaret's just not a good. She's not a good character.
She's like not a. I mean, I guess what she's there for is to make Mordecai not the straight man.
Yeah. Anytime that she's in an episode, he kind of does dumb things to try to impress her or stuff like that. Mordecai's a blue jay and Margaret's a cardinal, to give you visual reference.
I guess we should like her more since she's a cardinal.
Cardinals are cooler. That's our state bird.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's really oblivious, at least towards the beginning, that Mordecai likes her.
Yeah.
And then she kind of leads him on sometimes. I don't know. She's weird.
Just annoying.
Yeah, it's a weird dynamic. And her voice, the voice acting is kind of annoying as well.
Yeah.
But she's a main character, so we had to put her on the list.
So she's 10 for a reason.
I'm sure there's good Margaret moments out there somewhere. There's one episode where they bet Mordecai that he won't be able to kiss her by the time midnight rolls around.
Yeah.
Do you remember this episode?
No, I don't.
So he just keeps putting breath mints in. And then, of course, since it's a regular show, he starts breathing and it starts freezing over the earth landscape because he's put so many of these mints in his mouth. So then she's just about ready to kiss him to save everyone.
Okay.
And if he doesn't kiss her by midnight, he has to wear a diaper. So she's about to kiss him to save everyone. And then I think since she knew it was because it was part of a dare,
she doesn't kiss him?
She waits till 12:01 and then she kisses him. So that's all right, good job, Margaret.
Yeah.
That was a sly one. Very sleuthy. But yeah, Margaret's the least of the mains.
So who's number 9?
Number 9 is Tomas.
Tomas.
So Tomas also doesn't. Well, okay. So me and Phil were talking. In sitcoms, a lot of the time when the ratings are going down, so they throw in a new character to boost. I don't think that was happening with regular show, but that's definitely the reason why. That is what it reminds me of. Is a character that comes in 3rd or 4th season to kind of appeal to a younger audience, or I don't know.
I have no idea where he came from. Well,
So he comes in, and they made a huge deal about the episode that he came in on.
Really?
Like, it was this huge thing. And then he's an intern, so he doesn't get paid. So that's like a running joke with him, is like that he doesn't get paid. But then every episode after he joins the cast, they go on adventures and he doesn't go with them. He's just like in the background. It's really odd. And then do you want to explain what the big reveal is with Tomas? Do you know?
I don't know.
Okay, if you don't know this, then you're not going to believe me. It makes his character very funny and a lot more enjoyable.
Okay.
But there's an episode where you find out that he's a Russian spy. And it shows flashbacks. Every time that he stayed behind on one of the adventures is because he had to call headquarters, and he was like, all right, so he was like keeping tabs on them and stuff.
That's awesome. Yeah, that does make his character a lot funnier.
Yeah, so I don't know if that was planned from the beginning.
Probably not.
I don't think it was. But anyways, it was I remember watching it, I was like, what? What? So that's what edges him out over Margaret, is the fact that he's a Russian spy.
He at least has a payoff. Margaret.
And then I never finished the show, so I don't know if because I think he leaves in that episode. Once they figure out, he's like, well, he's in his Russian accent. He's like, I gotta go. I don't know if he ever comes back after that, but
they end up in space.
Yeah, the show gets crazy.
Yeah,
as if it wasn't crazy at the beginning, but I'm sure they probably brought him back for the finale. I don't see why they wouldn't.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's not like it's an actual human being to where they're like, how he couldn't get his schedule to work out. Like, it's a voice actor. So,
all right, number 8.
Yep,
Eileen.
Okay,
come on, Eileen. I don't know what the other weird lyrics are.
Well, it's a dirty, dirty song. So,
so Eileen is Rigby's love interest, except he doesn't like her. She likes him.
So it's the inverse of Mordecai and Margaret.
And it leads to I think that it leads to funny situations comparatively to the opposite.
Yeah. Well, and Margaret. So she's Margaret's buddy that works with her at the coffee shop,
and she's like a little nerd, basically.
Yeah. She's a big nerd. She's like a
physically little is what I was thinking.
Right. Because Rigby's a raccoon. I think she's like a beaver, maybe.
I think she's a beaver.
But yeah, at first Rigby doesn't like her back.
Yeah, eventually.
Later on, he starts to develop feelings for her. But what's your favorite Eileen moment? I have a very specific favorite Eileen moment.
Oh, one that I remember is when they're like, they look for it's like an abandoned zoo or something.
Oh yeah, they're looking for a bear or something.
Yeah, and that one's pretty funny.
Yeah,
she's
I think
funny in that.
That might be the one where Rigby. They might like each other. No, I think the episode where they go camping, he's like, oh, Eileen's actually pretty cool.
Yes,
But then I think in that episode they might be a couple in that episode or something. I don't remember. My favorite Eileen moment is it's the Do Me a Solid episode.
Yeah.
And if you don't do a solid, then the world starts falling apart, of course. But so Mordecai wants to go on okay, hold on. It's a little complicated. Eileen wants to go on a date with Rigby.
Okay.
Rigby doesn't want to. But Mordecai knows that if Margaret will go, so that can be a double date if Eileen can go with Rigby. So Mordecai's like, please do me a solid so that I can go on this date with Margaret. And Rigby's like, okay, well, if I do this one solid, then you owe me 10 solid. So the whole episode is like their double date, but Rigby's like,
do me a solid.
Do me a solid, do me a solid. Well, they're out putt-putting, and Mordecai puts the 2 little pencils, that you write your scores down with. And he's like acting like a vampire, and him and Margaret are like flirting and stuff. And it's, I guess, kind of charming. But then it pans over to Eileen, and she's in one of the sand pits.
Yeah.
And she's like burying a bunch of golf balls. And she starts trying to flirt with Rigby, and she's like, Rigby, look. She's like, I'm a sea turtle. and these are my eggs. And she's like laughing, and then it gets really close up on her face, and she gets really serious, and she's like, although most of my young won't make it to adult. There's a fact about sea turtles.
That's awesome.
And back when we first saw that, me and Austin just thought that was the funniest thing in the world. So that's my favorite Eileen moment.
That's good. That's good stuff.
All right, so this can get gross for a minute or two.
Thanks. That's all I wanted.
So
this show to get more gross.
Here's a little tip for you guys.
Okay.
Here, let me do a little musical intro with this drum.
Oh. Very good.
Thank you.
Very good.
So here's a little tip for you guys. If you don't know it already, I would hope you would, but
okay.
some people don't. So the difference between a pre-shower poop and a post-shower poop, it's a matter of, 15 minutes maybe?
But
depends on how long your shower is. Let's say on average 15 minutes. But boy, oh boy, does it make a world of difference, Philip. Pros to pre-shower poop.
Okay. Convince me.
You get all of it out. Okay, no, hold on. Let me. I'll do cons to post-shower poop. That's better.
Okay, all right.
You have just cleaned yourself.
Yeah.
And then you poop.
Yeah, there is that.
This is going to get a little gross for a second. If you don't want to hear this, skip to this time code or look down underneath our episode and look at the time code. So you've just cleaned yourself and you get all dirty again. And then also, because of the hot water in your shower, it makes your poop more mushy.
Okay. All right. I haven't thought about that.
So when you do it beforehand, you get all the grossness out. Then you go in and clean yourself.
Yeah.
And also usually it's more of a solid.
Yeah.
So
it's a full body bidet.
Yeah. So that's my thought corner.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Thanks for that. Was that what? Dun, 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 dun,
Hey,
dun,
I think there was a little bit of that in there. Yeah.
That was very good.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
What's number 7?
Do I say it?
Yeah.
Okay. It's High Five Ghost.
Nice.
So now we're getting into like the main. That's why I said give or take is like the 3 that we just mentioned. You could call them main characters or maybe supporting characters.
Yeah.
We're calling them main. But this is where like the main characters start is number 7 at High Five Ghost.
High Five Ghost.
Reason why he's 7 is because he's not that interesting of a character.
But he's better than the others.
He's better than the others. He's more a part of the show than the other ones are. And he's got some moments.
Yeah. I think my favorite moment is when they do the party that Mordecai and Rigby aren't invited to.
Yes.
And I forget how it works, but he tricks them. Well, him and his
brother, Low Five Ghost.
Yeah.
and their dad. I don't remember what their dad's name is. I think they just call him Pops, maybe. Or no, I guess Pops is a different character. Yeah. I don't remember what they call him.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's like one of the episodes where he's in it the most.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because he's kind of the lackey of another character we're gonna mention.
Yeah.
So he's usually in it when that character's in it, but he doesn't have many lines or anything like that.
Yeah. And it's Mordecai's voice.
Yes.
JG Quintel. Right?
Yeah. JG.
JG.
But he's kind of, he's got a little bit of warmness to him.
He does.
It's like, oh, there's high fives.
Yeah.
There he is.
He's nice.
There's another episode where his best friend is about to leave and he gets sad about it. So there's high five ghost
Yeah,
for you.
and in case you've never seen the show, it's a ghost-looking thing with a hand on the top of it.
Yeah. Was high five ghost a person? Or was he just always a ghost? I don't know how the rules of the show work.
I don't either. I don't think there are any rules.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Because if he was a person, then why does he have a hand sticking out of his head?
Maybe as he was dying, or that's how he died, is somebody stuck their hand up through his face.
Maybe. But then the fact his name's High Five, his brother's name's Low Five. So who knows?
Number 6?
Yeah, so it was hard to do the top 6.
It was really hard to do the top 6.
It was hard to not put any of these characters in the top 5, but this is how it just ended up having to be.
Yeah.
Who is it?
It's Benson.
Benson.
So Benson is
He's a gumball machine.
Gumball machine?
Yeah.
Is that what they officially call it? Mm-hmm. And he's the boss. He's the boss.
He's the manager.
The manager.
He doesn't own the park,
Yeah.
but he is the manager.
And he's an angry little feller. Mm-hmm. He's the one that always is yelling at Mordecai and Rigby.
Yes.
Telling them what to do. And he's good. I think he gets better as the show goes on.
He does. I think he gets better. It's almost like the Michael Scott thing. He gets better as the show goes on, but he also, like, with time, you tend to appreciate him more. Like, I go back now that I'm older and watch him in the earlier episodes, and he's funnier to me now than he was back then.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he's kind of the Michael of the show as far as that's
It's
concerned.
good, except he doesn't want to be friends with everyone.
Yeah, that's true. He's almost the exact opposite of that. Yeah, and when we say he's angry, like he has literal anger issues to where, like, there's one episode where he's not the owner of the park. There's an owner, and then the owner's son, who's another character we're going to mention, but the owner's son doesn't work. He's just there. But he told Benson that if he keeps yelling at Mordecai Rigby, then he'll fire him. So Benson has to hold in his anger the whole episode until the end, when literally, like, he's walking on the grass and, like, his footprints are leaving, like, fire marks because he's so angry. And then
he becomes like a son.
There's like a gravitational pull to him and, like, this stuff. And then the guy that told him he was fired if he didn't, he was like, you yell at them or else you're fired. So he just, like, unleashes, like, the power of a son onto Mordecai and Rigby. So yeah,
it's good stuff. He definitely has anger issues.
He's a rad drummer.
Oh yeah. Well, he's not very good.
Oh, is he not?
I mean, he's okay.
Okay,
but, like, isn't that the joke? Is they, like, kick him out of the band?
Oh, it might have been. He also played stick hockey.
Oh yeah, he's very good at stick hockey.
It is his partner got decapitated during a stick hockey game, and that's why he swore off stick hockey.
That's a good episode.
The
I forgot about that one.
This show's wild. But yeah, Benson's good.
And sometimes he has heart, because sometimes he'll save Mordecai and Rigby out of what they're doing.
He likes a girl in his apartment complex.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's a one episode where Rigby and Mordecai, one of them, is like, Benson's gonna be all like, blah, 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 no, and then Benson's like, I'm sorry, they don't say Benson, they're like, so and so's gonna be like, no, and Benson's like, and I'll be all like, get back to work or you're fired. And he gets in the golf cart and drives away. The golf cart is a character in of itself.
That's true.
Maybe that's the honorable mention for this. It's because they always are driving a golf cart in this show.
Yeah. They even have, like, when they get a new one, they have to bury the old one, and
it like comes alive, and it's true. I forgot about that episode. So yeah, I agree with you, Philip. Benson, he got better with time and with the show. He aged well.
Yeah. All right.
Like a fine wine.
Number 5?
Number 5. So this might be a little controversial.
Yeah, I guess so. For 5 people that watch.
For regular show fans. But it's Mordecai.
Yeah.
No, why? How come you opted to put him at number 5?
You're putting all the blame
No,
on me now.
no, because I agreed, but I want to know like what you're thinking.
I think
is.
Mordecai. We kind of talked about it. I think Mordecai is just a little too. He's a little too straight for it to be like
for
a
the
standout
yeah
character. He deserves to be in the top 5.
Yes, because he's the main.
Yeah.
Him and Rigby are the main characters, but he's definitely the main.
Yeah, yeah, and he's got his funny moments, but he's not like extraordinarily funny.
Yeah.
So it's good. I think he deserves to be 5.
Yeah, I think the Mordecai's funny because he's so laid back.
Yes.
It's kind of the joke. Like they're both slackers, but Rigby is more crazy. He's more eccentric than Mordecai. So it's like Mordecai is just like dullness and his monotone voice. Sorry, no offense, Philip.
Yeah.
Apparently, Philip sounds just like Mordecai. People have told us this.
I'm trying to think of like what's a famous line
Say,
that Mordecai says.
Neat. Shoot. Say, you drill bit. What else did you send?
You drill bit. What else did you send?
Yeah, there you go. That sounded a lot. He says it a little angrier than that, but
I can't. I don't know that line.
You drill bit. What else did you send?
Well, I'll perfect it.
Say, I feel so much better. It's when they're eating all the junk food, and then he goes and eats the salad. He's like, "Oh man, I feel so much better."
Oh man, I feel so much better.
There you go. Yeah, you do sound a lot like him.
I don't hear it in my own head, but I believe it. If I hear my recording, I probably will.
Okay. So I think Mordecai's a good character, but he just isn't. For a comedy show, you got to be funnier than that. And I think our top 4 are funnier than Mordecai.
Yeah.
So
he's the Michael from Arrested Development, but Michael's much funnier.
So me and my dad watched a few episodes of Arrested Development last night. It was like the first 3 of them.
Yeah.
And yeah, he is like, that show's even funnier than I remembered it being, which I didn't think was possible. But yeah, his subtleness on that show is very underrated.
Yes. So good.
So anyway. Yeah. Okay. And I would say that's kind of the same with Mordecai. Like he's more of a subtle character.
Yeah.
He's not as crazy or over the top, but with this show, you kind of got to be crazy and over the top.
Yeah. It's allowed, I feel like.
Yeah.
Especially for a kid's show. Patreon?
Yeah.
Patreon?
Yeah.
That's what so Patreon is when you're talking about Patreon.
Okay.
Like
I'm patron.
It's a verb. It's not a noun anymore. I'm Patreon. So right now I'm Patreon, and we're going to talk about Patreon.
Okay.
Patreon.com / Classic Countdown Conversations is where you want to go right now.
Right now.
Right now, you're looking at your phone and you're thinking about it, but I want you to pick it up, put it in your hand, and go to Safari.
Even if you're
or
driving and
Chrome.
listening to this.
Yeah, I don't care. Break the law. And go to patreon.com / Classic Countdown Conversations. Then open it up and look at that $100 tier and just give us your money.
Sign up.
Just sign up. Like
Do
there's
it,
nothing
please.
stopping you.
Yeah, please. Please. We need money.
Here's the thing, though.
What?
We haven't been doing good job. We haven't been good job, boys.
Yeah.
We just haven't been.
I know.
And this is a public apology to our patrons.
Yeah.
That
we haven't been putting as much stuff out there as we should have.
and we're sorry.
But to be fair, we went through a lot the last month or so. So
It's been crazy.
So chill your pants down.
Yeah.
But
Ethan, stop sending us hate letters, okay?
yeah, we really don't appreciate. Karen, you're great. Corey,
Do you even listen anymore?
do you even listen? No, because you got a little baby now.
You
And
Roman
you
can
also
hang
have
out.
a kid named Roman. I don't know
cool.
what that joke means, but it's on this episode forever now.
Yeah. Hey, guess what? You should have named him CCC.
Yeah. For Cece's Pizza. Yeah, you should name CCC.
And change your last name to Camas.
Camas. And his first, just name him Corey Camas. His first and middle name is named after you. What a name.
That would be a cool name.
Corey Camas. What if your name was just the same name 3 times? Like, what if I named my son Cardiff? Is that cool or not? Or is that like...
I can't tell if that's cool or not.
Let us know.
Let us know in the
Send
comments.
us an email.
So anyway, Patreon has 3 different tiers: $100 tier, $5 tier, $10 tier. I didn't put it in order.
Interesting order you did.
$5 tier is like the simple, easy peasy one. You get behind the scenes videos and pictures and
In our friendship.
audio in our friendship. $10 one adds on top of that free gift.
And maybe even a little bit more friendship.
Maybe more friendship. Maybe we like you even more.
Yeah.
$100 tier.
We do, because you give us more money. So
$100 tier is nothing extra. You're just rich. You just want to give us money.
You get the pride. That's the gift.
It's not a gift from us to you. It's a gift from you for you.
Yeah.
And that's very
nice. Which is like fine. I mean, I get myself Christmas gifts. So.
Yeah. Why do you think Daniel doesn't have enough money to spend on anybody else? He's spending on himself. So consider that a gift to you. $100, not a gift to us. It's a gift to you. For the pride.
So there you go. There's our patron. Patron.
What was the verb?
Patron.
Patron.
No, Patreon.
Patreon.
Yeah.
Patreon.
Because it's Patreon.
Yeah.
Patreon.
Patreon.
Let's see how many times we can say that, shall we? So, yeah.
I'm done Patreoning.
Go check us out there.
Okay.
Please.
All right.
Number 4. It's
Number
you.
4 is Skips.
So,
Skips.
again, he's not the most funny character, but I think he's more interesting than Mordecai.
He's got an actual character, like something going on that makes him interesting.
Yeah, which is?
I mean,
if we're thinking of the same thing.
Well, in my mind, it's that like he knows everything.
Okay, actually, there's 2 things. Yes.
Okay.
So yeah, he like knows. Well, explain that a little bit more.
Whenever they get into situations, and it gets to the crazy part.
Yeah.
He knows how to solve the issue somehow.
No. The reason why, and this was the thing I was thinking of, is he's immortal.
Oh, that's right.
He's lived for so long that at this point he's seen everything there is to see. So he usually knows how to fix the situation.
But he doesn't know how to use computers, which I love.
You're right. Yeah, he's a handyman. He's Ethan.
Yes. Ethan. Though Ethan is not immortal, as far as we know.
That's the thing, is like everyone who's living right now, we don't know if they're immortal or not. I've also never broken a bone.
Me neither.
We might be unbreakable.
Who knows?
Unbreakable immortals. Yeah. But
can I share a little story of something?
Mm-hmm.
So there's a website called reddit.com.
Okay.
And it's just like a culmination of the internet all into one thing. Anyway, there's a post on there about like what's the weirdest like unexplainable thing that you have. And there were, there's like thousands upon thousands of comments. Mm-hmm. But there was a common thread of kids who fell into a pool, thought they were going to drown, and just decided, I'm just going to breathe right now, and were able to breathe underwater.
What?
Multiple accounts of that.
What does that mean?
I don't know. It means that they're immortal, I guess.
They have gills? They have gills under their neck flaps?
I don't know.
That's strange.
Yep.
And I don't know if I like that.
I don't know. There were a lot of weird things on there.
Is that like mass hysteria?
Like the Bernstein Bears kind of thing?
No, that's the Mandela effect.
Yeah.
I guess the Mandela effect might technically be considered mass hysteria, but you know what mass hysteria is?
Explain it. What you mean?
It's like when masses of people
have the same
like either encounter with something, or like a lot of people, like I think a lot of times when people think they've been abducted by aliens, that's like mass hysteria, stuff like that.
And they explain that people think that's how you explain Jesus' resurrection and stuff. That thing.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had never thought about that, but maybe.
No. So yeah, maybe, but it made me think of Skips, I guess, just now. Skips probably can breathe underwater.
Probably. I think there's an episode, he has a lot of stress. Did you ever see that episode where the stress is like coming out of him?
No.
It's like this big black ink thing. The reason why his name is Skips is because he's always skipping because he lost his love at one point in his hundreds of years of life, and they always walked together, I think.
Is that what it is?
So he said, oh yeah, because his name used to be Walks.
No way.
Yeah, and I forget, either he always skipped with his girl, so that's how he remembers her, or he always walked with her, and he doesn't want to do that anymore since she's dead, so he skips instead. I forget. One of those two.
And he's voiced by Mark Hamill.
He's voiced by Mark Hamill. I was gonna do my thought corner. It was gonna be something with Mark Hamill, but instead I did the gross poop thing.
Yeah. Sorry.
So,
actually, you should apologize.
I'm sorry. I already said it.
No, you're not. What's number? Keep going. What? Anything else about Skips?
He's big and buff. He killed Rigby at one point.
He does?
Yeah. When Rigby has that Playco Arm Boy or Playboy Arm Co, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
That thing that makes him win in arm wrestling matches.
Oh.
And then he keeps beating Skips, and Skips becomes like obsessive about it. and then I think Mordecai tells him that Rigby's been playing a joke on him. So then Skips goes, challenges him again, but then rips the thing out, the arm thing that gives him strength.
Yeah.
And then he arm wrestles Rigby into a table and kills him. And then he has to arm wrestle Death to save
bring him back.
Yeah.
I do remember that. That's a good episode.
That is a good episode. That's probably one of my favorites, actually. So I'm trying to send you something.
What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to send you the thing that. Well, I guess I'm sending it to Cappy. Sorry. Try to send Cappy something.
Is it Cappy's time?
After our number 3.
Okay.
Okay. So number 3, is it me? I say
it is you.
Okay. Number 3. I think he's the fan favorite.
You think so?
I think so. Either him or number 2.
Yeah.
But it's Muscle Man.
Yeah.
Say his iconic line.
My mom?
Yeah, but say it in his voice.
Nope.
My mom.
There you go. Pretty good.
Not
pretty
really.
Good.
That was pretty bad. But anyways.
So we got to explain that joke.
Yeah.
So I'll do something. Let's see. Daniel, you look so fat today.
You know who else looks fat today? My mom.
There you go.
Instead of your mom.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. And why I don't? Did they ever explain why he says my mom?
No, there's an episode, like he always just kind of, I think it was probably the creators thought it was funny.
That he like says it the wrong way.
Yeah, and like, because me and Philip were talking about this earlier. Muscle Man and High Fives in their earlier episodes aren't in it a whole lot.
Yeah.
I think they were kind of like Chris Pratt on Parks and Rec.
Yeah.
He started off as like kind of a side character, but then everyone loved him, so they brought him on full time. I think it's kind of how Muscle Man and High Five go. Well, Muscle Man more so. High Five Ghost is always with Muscle Man.
Yeah. Yeah, we're explaining that High Five Ghost is the Mordecai and to Muscle Man.
Yes, yeah. He's the straight man for Muscle Man.
Yeah.
So I think he was kind of just sprinkled in throughout at the beginning of the show, and like every single appearance he had was him saying "my mom" at an insult.
Yeah.
So I think the joke was, this guy gets the joke wrong.
Yeah.
But then they made a whole episode where Muscle Man and High Five were like supervising Mordecai and Rigby.
Is that the one where they like go to the truck stop and everything for his dad?
No.
Okay.
It's the one where he's like, "Hey, yo, Bobby," the one that we quote all the time.
Yes.
And Bobby thinks that Muscle Man's hilarious. And
I forgot about that.
And by the end of the episode, or like probably, I guess if you're looking at it, I've mentioned the 3-act structure so much recently, and I'm sorry, people, but if you're looking at the 3-act structure, it's towards the end of the second act, where they actually start to like Muscle Man and High Five. So like, oh, he's actually a pretty fun and cool guy.
Yeah.
but he keeps saying my mom. So Mordecai,
He wants to tell him.
he's like, dude, you're saying it wrong. And Muscle Man's like, what? He's like, you're saying it wrong. It's your mom. So then Rigby and Mordecai start saying your mom jokes.
Yeah,
and he gets super offended that they're making fun of his mom. So his brother comes out of hell in a semi truck and makes them kiss and eat a picture of their mom, but then really it's just a big practical joke.
Yeah.
And it's really just a picture of Muscleman's butt cheeks squished together with the face drawn on it.
Oh, that's so good. That's a good episode.
If we're not selling you on this show, then I don't know what else can get you to watch this
the fact that we're just laughing
about things that happen. So there's Muscle Man for you.
Muscle Man's
He's
great.
really funny. Like, he actually, when I was young, I find him funnier now.
Yeah.
When he was younger, I thought he was a little too much.
No. Yeah.
I was like,
yeah.
he's just loud and obnoxious, but now I realize what he is and how funny he is.
He's
But
like really fat. He looks really fat.
he's
but-
like a chubby green man.
Yeah, and then during some of the Halloween episodes, or one of the Halloween episodes, he like gets all of his skin ripped off, and it's all muscle.
Oh yeah, yeah. He's
I told
like,
you it was all muscle.
yeah. So what's your favorite Muscle Man?
I think
moment.
the moment that you just said is probably my favorite when he makes him kiss the picture of his mom.
Okay, all right. There's the you mentioned the episode earlier where they don't invite Mordecai and Rigby to the
Yes.
party. That he's hilarious through that entire episode.
Yeah.
There's like the flashback of why he didn't invite them.
Oh yeah, it was like they steal his cereal or something.
No, Rigby was choking on his breakfast.
Oh yeah.
And of course, Muscleman's laughing at him. He's like, look at Rigby's face. So Mordecai does the Heimlich on Rigby, and his thing that whatever was caught in his throat goes into Muscleman's soda and sprays on his face. He's like, I'm gonna do my best, try to do my best Muscleman impression right now. He's like, oh, you chokewad spat soda in my face. And then it cuts back to like present time, and Rigby's like, we got him a replacement soda, so that it cuts back to the same moment, and they're like, stop whining, Muscleman, here. And they trip on the soda can, and it spills on his face again. He's like, it just starts. He like flips the table up and runs it into the wall.
Oh, that is funny. That's some good stuff.
And then that same episode later on, he actually chokes. So they like save him.
Yeah.
And then they're like, so is this a real party or not? And he's like, does this answer your question? He tries to throw the cassette into the tape deck, and it just hits off of it. That whole episode's a really good Muscle Man episode. But all right.
Good stuff. Makes me want to watch that episode.
Yeah. It's called See You There if you want to go watch it.
Thank you. See you there.
Okay.
Number two.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I've got some more bad news.
What's the bad news?
Cappy quit.
What?
Yeah, he said he didn't have enough money anymore, and
What does that mean?
He needed to get like a better job.
Oh,
We did only pay him a penny.
that's true.
So I mean, that was
One
a lot,
penny
That's
the
a lot
entire
of,
time he was
If
here.
you think about the percentage of how much money we make, that's a lot of.
That's a big part of that.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are we doing now?
So now we got Tomas.
Oh.
I'm sorry. He likes to go by Tommy.
Tommy?
Tommy.
Where is Tommy?
Yeah, he's coming in.
Okay.
He comes in on a motorcycle.
Oh, all right.
He's a pretty cool guy.
Is he cooler than Cappy?
Cappy was pretty lame. I'll be honest.
All right.
Cappy was pretty lame. I'm kind of glad he quit.
Yeah, he only gave me one legitimate joke
Oh,
when he was reading
what
the
was
Al
that?
Pacino.
Oh, that
thing.
was. He tried to leave on a high note, but then he just came back.
He came back for a few weeks after
Yeah,
that.
he shouldn't have done that. I think I see Tommy coming in.
Oh,
You wanna welcome him with a good clap?
yeah,
All right,
okay.
Hey, Tommy.
Hey, Tommy, give it up for my man, Tommy.
Hey, I'm Tommy.
Oh, you got a little New York accent, huh?
Yeah, I'm from New York.
Okay.
You ready for my new segment?
Yeah. Yeah, what is it called?
It's called Tommy's Today I Learned.
All right, Tommy. What did you learn today?
Well, today
Yeah.
I was just perusing
All right.
perusing through the Reddits, and I just wasn't learned a little something new today.
Yeah. What'd you learn?
Today I learned. Well, give me 1 second. I learned a lot of things today. I gotta make sure I got the right
You gotta get your thoughts together, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah, I get. No, it's okay. I had to get my thoughts together too earlier with my thought corner. We had to cut some stuff out, so it's all right. You're all good, Tommy. Tommy, do you work out?
I work out a lot.
Yeah, how many days a week?
At least 8.
All right.
But I never went to college.
I was gonna ask that. That was literally my next question. Was did you take any math classes in college or?
Nah.
No.
Who needs math?
You're right. Okay.
I make $1 million a day.
Oh, can you give us some money, Tommy? Why are you doing this with us? Just having some fun.
I thought I'm driving by on my motorcycle.
Okay.
Better just help out the boys.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much, Tommy.
You're welcome. I'm a nice guy.
Okay.
Hey, I'm a good guy, all right?
What kind of motorcycle you got?
I got a Harley.
All right. I like you much better than Cappy already. You've given me so much have I learned in the last. I think of all the people I've ever met in my life, I've learned more about you in 1 minute than I usually learn about someone in an entire friendship.
All right, you ready?
Yes.
All right, today I learned nearly 90%. I don't know what that means. Of the U.S. population has at least one caffeinated beverage every day, but it comes with other considerable risks.
All right.
Did you know that?
What are the considerable risks?
Well, I don't know. It didn't say, but it did tell me that.
Okay. Wait, so it was 90% of the nation's population or the Earth's population that drink
The U.S. population.
the U.S. population that drink a.
Caffeinated beverage every day.
Okay.
Can you believe that?
I mean, I usually drink 6 or 7.
Dang. That's a lot of caffeine.
In fact, I'm gonna go up to the refrigerator upstairs and get one later.
All right.
So,
Did you want another one that was maybe better?
sure. If you got another one, you know what? I'm totally cool with you hanging out here.
All right. Today, I learned that millennial dads are spending 3 times as much times. That's exactly what it says. Spending 3 times as much times with their kids than their fathers spent with them. Back in 1982, 43%, I don't understand, of fathers admitted that they'd never change a diaper. Today, that number is down to about 3%. Congratulations, America.
Congratulations, millennial dads. So
Good job.
I'm gonna say it right here, and when I get married, I can show my wife this exact audio clip. I will not change a diaper.
Oh,
no, don't argue with me.
Welcome to the 3%.
Yeah, I'm part of that 3% because my stomach cannot handle it.
It's weird because you talked about poop on the show earlier.
I'm fine with like adult poop.
Okay.
Just kidding. I'm not. I'm fine with mine, but like for whatever reason, it's making me gag just thinking about it. That was not a false gag for the gag. That was an actual gag of me trying to think about a dirty diaper. That's disgusting, and I will not do it. Future spouse, I am sorry.
All right.
So,
well,
Tommy, it's been a pleasure.
can you give me a clap on out of here?
Yeah.
All right.
Give it up for Tom.
Great job, Tommy.
Tommy's
Great. Thanks.
Come back next week, please.
All right.
What a guy.
He was, I think the Tommy's a good addition.
This is what I was gonna show Cappy today.
Okay. Send him my way.
Yeah.
Send me on my way.
Send me on my way.
The dog picture on any piece of merch.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So there's a dog picture.
We'll put it on Patreon.
Yeah, we'll put it on Patreon. I think Isaac Williams sent it to me. No, I don't know who sent it to me. I think it was Isaac.
Yeah, I think it was too.
And basically, I don't know how to explain it. You do have to look on it. You do have to pay money in order to find out what dog picture I'm talking about. But it looks like, you know, when somebody puts their head back and like makes them like
a double chin?
Yeah, they got double chin. They got like fat rolls and stuff. It kind of looks like a Chihuahua that has done that.
Yeah.
But it's slightly towards the side and sort of looks like it has a human face on it somehow.
He's most definitely smiling at the camera.
I don't know how.
He knows the joy it was one day going to bring Philip and I.
So anyway, he said it. Isaac sent it to me or whomever, and I think I laughed for a straight minute. Like anytime I looked at the picture, I just started laughing. I could not help myself.
Every time I show the picture to Philip, he still laughs.
It's just I don't know what's in it.
So
it's like got a magic attached to it that makes you laugh.
Yeah, there is something about it. So much so that it is my contact picture for Philip for my phone. Okay, number dos.
Oh, already.
Yeah.
So number 2 is Rigby.
So
now we have to explain.
Yeah.
So
we're on 100% agreement with this.
We are, and
it doesn't happen often.
Now Rigby is the man. He's great character.
We think the best.
We think that actually the best, but our personal favorite is what number 1 is.
Yeah.
Which
So
you can't guess. You have no idea, do you, listener?
I mean, if you don't know the show well, then you won't be able to guess, I guess. But
he's great. Rigby's great.
Yes.
And we think he's funny.
Mm-hmm.
He's got good jokes. He's what makes the show, honestly.
Which is weird because he's so annoying.
And he's a little. So what is he? A raccoon?
He's a raccoon. Yeah.
A raccoon. And he's Mordecai's best friend.
Mm-hmm.
And he's small and short and is not very strong.
Mm-mm.
And
lots of humor out of those.
Yeah, he's very dumb.
He's dumb. Yeah, he didn't graduate high school. He doesn't have a high school diploma.
He's kind of the Charlie from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yes, yeah, that's a good way of putting it. Yeah, kind of where like there's an argument that Charlie's the main character of It's Always Sunny. They're kind of all they all kind of take that spot, but there's an argument made for him. But Charlie definitely, like, if he wasn't on the show, I don't think it would be as good.
Yeah.
And same with Rigby, which is really odd because he was never my favorite growing up.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't have even said he was the best. I would have said probably like, well, I would have said my favorite is the best that we're about to get to. But something about him, he's kind of, same with Benson. As I've gotten older, I've come to appreciate him a lot more.
Yeah.
But it's for different, like I always thought Rigby was funny, but I think he's funny for different reasons now. And I think it's because like everyone wants to, like everyone has a little bit of Rigby in them, but we're mature enough not to like let that be us. But let's be real. If we could all just be slackers, and
we would.
Yeah. So I think like
Rigby's the sin nature in all of us.
Yeah, he's kind of the and I think he's one of the most realistic characters on the show as well. He's like he's unaware of his obnoxiousness. He is the most emotionally driven character on the show. Like all of his actions are very much so based on I guess Benson as well, but like everything he does is just like, I'm feeling sad. I'm making this decision. I'm feeling angry. I'm gonna make this decision. And again, if we were a little less mature human,
that's how we would be.
That's how we would be. So I think there's something relatable about Rigby that you don't really get with the other characters.
Yeah. What's your favorite Rigby moment? I don't have one, so I want you to come up with one on the spot.
I feel like I've been talking a lot.
Well, I don't have one. That's the problem.
The one I quote the most is the bunch of baby ducks thing. The bunch of baby ducks. And I mean, I already quoted it in this freaking episode. But Trash Boat's a good Rigby moment.
Trash
when he
Boat.
when he legally changes his name to Trash Boat. I like when the episode where he eats all the junk food.
Oh yeah.
And his body literally gives up on him, and his body pulls his essence. He pulls like his soul out, and goes and finds a different
body.
Another thing that lost its soul. That's like the most Rigby episode, I think, because he freaking his body pulls himself out. And he's just this green like glop on the ground. And then he gets into he somehow makeshifts this little contraption where he's in a trash can on like a rollerblade.
It's kind of gross.
Taped to it. He just like rolls around. And he rolls up to Mordecai and tells him to give him more junk food. It's like Rigby like never learns from his mistakes. Yes. So kind of like a Seinfeld gag. Or like It's Always Sunny. They never learn from, or Everyone Loves Raymond or something like that. So yeah, there's a lot of good Rigby moments that are. I would have to kind of go back and rewatch, a lot of them, because I'm sure there's a lot of like he makes a lot of like like faces like when he's grossed out by things and a lot of noises and stuff like that. So Rigby's just. I think, we agree. Rigby's the best character on the show.
Yeah, but why do we have a number one?
Why do we have a number one?
That's not him.
Countdown?
Sure.
3,
2,
1, Pops.
That was very exciting.
I don't know why. Reason being, Pops is our personal favorite.
Yeah.
Even though he's not the best, which makes sense. I always tell people, like, when they ask me what my favorite movie is, I'll be like, well, personally, or what do you think, like, or what I think is the best?
Yeah.
And they're always like, well, what's the difference?
There is a difference.
There's a big difference between personal favorites and, like, what you actually view as...
there's emotions involved.
There's with personal things.
So
why is Pops your personal favorite
I think Pops
character?
is kind of like Creed from The Office.
Okay.
To me, where he's so out of the ordinary and like anything that he says just becomes funny.
Yes.
And the voice acting's funny.
Yeah.
And he like the whole situation of that he's the son of the owner and doesn't do anything is funny. But everybody still loves him even though he's like dumb and it's just good.
I think as far as the dynamics of the inner dynamics of the characters, he's the most interesting because you don't see that very much. In a show or even in real life. Like you don't see like, this person owns it and then this is the manager and then here's the owner's son that does it, but he still has like authority over things.
And we don't, do you know, well, let's explain that he's a man with a giant head.
A giant head. I think he's supposed to be he's supposed to resemble a lollipop, yes. Yeah. He thinks lollipops are currency. He can pay people with. But then he's an old man.
Yeah, he's got like a big old mustache.
But then his dad is
an older man.
Is an older man who owns the park.
He's got a monocle, right?
Does Pops have a monocle?
His dad definitely.
Oh, his dad does. I don't think Pops does.
Pops doesn't, but he's got a mustache.
He does have a great mustache and a top hat.
Yeah.
And he's dressed in like early 1900s aesthetic.
And he does a rap battle. And
I think like Pops is so innocent.
Yeah. Yes.
Whereas all the other characters are very like self-absorbed and
they're very brash.
Yes, very brash and blunt.
Yeah.
But then Pops is like a nice refreshment within the show because like you never know what he's gonna say, and you know what he's gonna say is gonna be off the wall and like crazy. He has an English accent.
Yes.
He he likes wrestling.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
I forgot about the rap battle. What else does Pops do? He has a flying car. The favorite part about that is it's never explained.
I don't remember that at all.
That he has a flying car?
No.
I think it's in the wrestling episode.
Oh, he just flies away.
He drives out of the garage and he's on his way to the wrestling thing and then he just floats up in the air.
He has a doll. He's a doll that
wants
to draw on your face.
Yes, the Percy. I think it's a story. He's telling a ghost story about it. That was my introduction to the regular show. Was the doll episode?
Yeah, it's good.
And as you can see, I was like, okay, this show's funny.
Yeah,
it got me hooked. But yeah, and that's a good example of Pops. Sorry, we're probably gone a long time, but that's a good example of Pops. Is like, he tells a story about this doll.
They're all telling ghost stories.
Yeah.
In a sense.
And he tells the story about this little freaky doll with like a demonic voice. Like, I'm going to draw on your face. Who says, I'm going to draw on your face. And you're watching the episode and you're like, oh, that's kind of funny that he says that. But it's still creepy because it's a doll running around. Yeah. And then when it cuts back to real life, they're like, I guess that was kind of scary. And he's like, it is scary because it's the doll's unnatural desire to mark on things. Like, the fact that that's what he found scary in the story that he was telling was that yes. I think it's like a twisted, he has like a delusional like outlook on life.
Yeah.
That's really funny. Yep. But
it's great.
But he's good-hearted. He's the best-hearted character on the show.
Yes. One of my favorite moments is when he has to do the speech.
Oh, yeah.
And Mordecai and Rigby draw his face on the other side of his head.
Well, because
he doesn't have to look at him.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, there's another episode, I don't know which one. They're either dreaming or they have to go into his mind or something. And he's naked and he's crawling on the ceiling. Do you remember that episode? No. I don't remember what was going on in what the context was, but yeah, he's like up on the ceiling. And you definitely see his butt, and then like, you know how like some door frames don't go all the way up to the ceiling. They're like the wall kind of comes down. Yeah. He like crawls over that little thing, but like he does like these really complicated like moves so that they didn't have to draw. You know. But yeah, boy oh boy, Pops is something special.
It's good stuff. Good stuff. I just have a certain love for Pops.
I do too. I'm glad that you share my love for Pops because I don't think a lot of people do. No. But yeah, good show. If we have not again,
that's his slogan.
Oh yeah, jolly good show. That was intentional.
For sure. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say if we haven't convinced you, I don't know what will. But
nothing.
Do we have any joy to discover today?
Let me peruse. Uno momento.
Peruse. That sounded like a word that Tommy used earlier. Interesting.
Weird. I don't know how that's possible. Actually. Hey, Tommy, come back in here. Oh, he's not here.
I think he drove off.
I think he drove. Yeah, that sucks. Well, so he left a comment.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
What did he say?
Yeah. So he you want me to try to do my Tommy impersonation?
Try. I don't think you'll be able to, but at least try it.
Hey, this is Tommy. Is that pretty good?
That was great.
Yeah, I thought so. All right, I'll do the whole comment in Tommy's voice thing for sure. Hey, this is Tommy. And I love classic countdown conversations. I just wish I could be on the show. And so I read that comment earlier, and that's what led me to ask him on the show.
Okay,
actually.
All right.
I saw the 5 stars.
It was 5 stars too.
Yeah,
Thank you, Tommy.
Thanks, Tommy.
If you're listening to this on your way back home on your motorcycle, thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
All right. Well, I think that's it.
Yeah. I don't have anything else to say.
Yeah. Thank you for all your support. And we love you.
We love you.
All right. What do you got going the rest of the day?
Well,